Hello everybody and welcome back to Chrono Trigger, and this is part 23. And we're starting off here with speeding this up right here. I didn't fight or anything, just spinning up all the way. We're just going all the way back to the end of time right here. And so right now we gotta go to the future era. And if you talk to the old man here, he'll tell you where to go. That's basically what happens there, is that he'll tell you that he knows someone that was working on a device that was able to go through time, and he called it the Wings of Time. Yeah. And so I think he showed it, like, cuts to like where it is, but I think we've already seen that already. Like, we've gotten hints already. So what we'll do is we're gonna go to the future, and we'll have to go to. Now we have to go through some sewers to get there. So we're gonna be getting into a section that I don't know, I guess we could have gotten earlier, because right now it's actually it was actually pretty easy, because there's actually, I guess, a boss, I guess. But like I did an attack with Chrono and Alia, and it just killed it with one turn. And it took like a little less than 800 points, and that was it. So I don't know if you're supposed to actually deal with that later or what, but I don't know. So what I'm going to be doing is, I'm actually, when I go back through here, this I think it's lap 32. Yeah. I'm not going to use the bike to go back. You could play the minigame with Johnny here, but I'm actually going to go in the in-between, because there's actually a treasure chest that actually has something called a race log. And basically what that is, it's nothing special. It's just something a little extra for when you do these little bike races here. And so like you're seeing here, I'm actually cutting out all these battles here, because we've seen these guys before, and we don't need to see any of these guys. So basically what the race log does is it records the 3 fastest times that you've done in the races there. So whatever top 3 that you've done, it will actually just record that. Even if you break a record, it will actually like move everything downward. And so yeah, so if you talk to Johnny here, he'll actually have this one robot come out, and yeah, he'll just, that's all that is. It's just this records the 3 fastest times, and you can actually select if you want to use turbos or not. And I just kept with just keeping turbos on. You know, that's pretty easy. So we can just leave, and so now we're supposed to go to this one that's right by the mountain right there. I do a little save there just to make sure that I don't screw up and whatever, because I wasn't sure about this next section because I didn't know how hard it was going to be. But so right now we got to go to this one that's near this mountain right here, and this leads to the sewers. So as soon as we get down here, there's actually some monsters down here that are, I guess, ruling this area. I don't know. There's just some monsters down here, and there's like, I don't know. So we're getting into some new enemies here. We get these. They're not that hard actually right now. They're just fodder. Kill them in one hit at this point in time. So we get this little scene with these frogs here. We actually see a couple of scenes with these frogs here. They're actually trying to, I guess, get through like we are, I guess. But I guess they're just showing that they're doing stuff that they can't, but we can. And so Like, I think later they'll show them, like, trying to get to a switch, but they're too short. And even though they're frogs, they can't reach it, but we're actually telling them not to get it, so we're actually able to flip it. And so this place isn't very long. It's only like, I think like 2 or 3 screens, and that's it. And there's just a few sections here. Now this section right here, this diary tells you what you need to do here, because if you don't listen to it, then it will just, you'll keep fighting people. Although I guess it could be a good way to do some grinding, I guess. But basically, this is telling you to not make any noise. So you see this cat right here. Don't talk to it, and don't run into the can. And then I think there's a cheese there. I don't know what happens when you do with the cheese there. I think like a mouse comes around, and then that is I don't think that's an actual save point. But if you hit that, it will actually like make that the actual like sound effect. It's kind of genius actually. The sound effect of the save point there is actually, it makes noise, and it kind of, you know, make note of that. So then we see, now this is what I was talking about here. So even though they're frogs and they should be able to jump very high, they can't like jump up to get the switch. So and all it really does is where that one frog is standing on the little square. Yeah, the little 2 brown squares right there. That will actually just become a bridge, and it just makes a shortcut. That's all that is. And so this guy right over here, well, first off, we got this rage band, which what it does is it gives you a 50% chance of doing a counter attack, and so it's kind of handy, I guess. So this guy right here, he's the big guy, not the bat guy. He is technically, I guess, a boss. He wasn't really that hard, although, I mean, the only hard thing that was about him was that he did an attack on Alia that actually brought her down to, like, I think 1 HP, I think, or just a few, and that was the only thing that was like, oh, okay, I better hit him hard, and I just hit him hard once, and that was the end of him. He doesn't have a lot of HP for some reason, but so we get this little scene where he wasn't noticing them at first, but now I guess he's like the boss of this place. But so here we go. So I did Volt Bite. So that right there, that actually really hurts. I think it brought her down to, yeah, only to 1 HP. And so I did Volt Bite, and then I think I did 788, I believe. Or 66, excuse me. And that's it. And not that hard. I don't know if this area is just too strong or something. I don't know. So I'll use the cure thing on Alia. And that was an accidental on Chrono right there. I didn't mean to do that, but that's okay. Only uses one MP actually, so it's no big deal. So so now we're able to get this chest right here, which is a bolt sword, which is, in terms of attack power, it's the same, but the only difference is that it doesn't boost Chrono's speed. And that's the only thing that the slasher is the only reason it's better is because it just does that. So, so this is me. There will be, I think. Oh no, I kept this one in because those blobs there in the lower right there, they're new. Because we haven't fought them yet, so I kind of let them in. I just did Chrono's lightning 2 and killed everybody. It's easy as that. And that's that's it. So I was just going around this. I'm looking around just to see if there might be more somewhere, but I don't think there is. Oh, there's that right there. So I gotta head back a little bit. So there's actually a new shortcut now. That one lever that the frogs were trying to get to, that's open that there too, and that leads outside right there. So we got that. So and then that's pretty much it for this section here. We're just going all the way back here, and we'll be outside. I think there might be something on the other screen there, but I'm not sure. I think there's just the one screen and that's it. But I don't know. So I'll be using a shelter here and saving, and this is not it just yet. What's gonna happen here is once we get into this dome here, there's no fighting in it, and we're just gonna be getting our new vehicle here, the Wings of Time. And then once I get the Wings of Time there, I'll be going to where we need to go, and then I'll be saving and quitting. So now we can open these kinds of doors right here. And actually, if you really wanted to, you could actually, instead of going through the sewers just yet, you can go all the way back to the where we first came to the future there. And there is a door there, and I think there's some items in there, but I could probably show that off later. But if you want to go over there and get that first, you can if you want. It's no big deal. It's just a little bit out of the way there, because you got to go, because then you have to go through. I think it's that other lab. I think it's like lab 12 or 6 or something like that. And you gotta go all through that, and then go to where you came in, and then you gotta make your way back. So I don't know. Although I think you can go through the little time gate there, and it actually goes back to the end of time there, I think, and it adds a pillar. I think. I might be wrong. But basically, you're just supposed to talk to these specs here, and they're kind of like recordings of I believe his name is Bethesar, and he just left the recordings about his research, and like what he was doing in the like during his life there, and basically the stuff that the progress that he made, it was very extraordinary, but his lifespan was actually coming to a short, so he then created a new that we saw, that thing that we saw in the front there, and placed all his memories there, which I don't know how he did that. That's actually extraordinary in itself as well. And so then he's able to continue his research there, and so then he was able to complete the Wings of Time, I guess. And so the last thing that he made, well, actually the last thing that he made as a human was the Wings of Time, but then after that he then put his mind in the news there, so then we get to this here. This is the Wings of Time right here. So what you're supposed to do is go to the little tail of it and actually try to talk to the end of it, and you just get this thing of like, that's a weird little machine there. And I went to switch to have Luca in my party with I swapped Aelia. I thought she would have some unique dialogue here, because she's kind of the genius in this group there, so I thought she would have had something in mind there. But so what you're supposed to do is you're actually supposed to try to leave, and then you get this little cutscene right here. And so this is the last touch there. This is actually the seat, which ironically holds 3 people. So, or coincidentally, I should say. And so this is our in a I'm not really sure what the news are. I don't know if they're just creatures or robots. I'm not really sure what really they are. But I mean, I guess this is a robot of a new, and he just placed the memories in it, or I don't know, maybe you can implant memories into news. I don't know. Kind of an interesting thing to think about what these things are. So we actually are supposed to actually talk to him again. I guess when he falls asleep there, you're actually able to move around. But so you're able to name the time machine whatever you want. I just kept it as the default, which is, I think it's pronounced Epic or Epoch. I don't know. But we get a little emulator achievement of getting the time machine there. So now we're gonna go back to the 12,000 BC here. And you could go anywhere you want if you really wanted to, but we're actually supposed to go to the 12,000 BC. And so once I get there, I think we'll have there's actually a little bit of dialogue in between right here, and then once I get there, once I actually finally get to 12,000 BC there, I will actually save and quit, and that will be the end of this video there. So once we get there, we'll be getting back to the 12,000 BC era. So anyways, that's the end of this video here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and also follow me on Twitter, and I will catch you guys in the next video. So peace.